If you're broke right now, or you've got a little bit of money but you're stuck and you just don't know what business to start, by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what business to start, who you're going to serve, how you're going to serve them, and the exact message you can send to get your first 5 customers. And I'm not going to give you some theory that sounds nice but doesn't work. I'm going to show you the exact same thing I personally use to make over $34,000 in revenue. Now, let me show you that this is real. Now, so that you see that I know what I'm talking about, this is my actual website in the back end, meaning this is where I can edit things on my website. As you can see, my photo appears many times there. If I click here and say store, you'll be able to see how much money I've made in the past few days. That's the last 7 days. But if I change this to all time, you'll see that I've made over $34,840. I'm just going to click refresh so that you can see that this is actually real. Because you can see $303 the last 7 days, but all time, this is around $34,840. Now, just to give you context, this works in any country around the world. By the way, I live in South Africa. If I convert that amount to rands, it comes to around 600,000 rands. And the best part is that it doesn't only work for South Africans. It works in any country around the world, even if you're a complete beginner and you've never sold anything online before. Now, here's one thing that I need you to understand first before we even talk about the business model, because this is probably the one thing that's been keeping you broke. Most people stay stuck because they're waiting to find the perfect idea before they start. They think there's one magic business out there, and if they just think hard enough, they'll find it. That's an absolute lie, and it's the exact lie I'm going to break for you today. Because picking your idea is not the first step to getting things right. Picking your idea is the first step to getting feedback, and feedback is the only thing that turns a bad idea into a money-making idea over time. So I've broken this whole process that we're going to talk about today into 5 steps, which I call the profit matrix. Now, make sure that you watch this video all the way to the end, because towards the end, I'm going to reveal to you the exact word-for-word message that you can send out today so that you can start getting customers who want to buy your product almost immediately. But before we continue, just to let you know, everything I'm going to teach you here, 100% you can watch this video for free and learn it and then implement it for yourself. But if you feel that you need some coaching, I do have a 5-day challenge where over 5 days I go live and I teach people step by step how to run this type of business. I show you how to find ideas, turn them into products, build up a website and find customers, and then create multiple streams of income for yourself. I do that live. I show you step by step. And if you look in the description of this video, you'll see a link there. Click to it. It will take you to the page where you can find out more details. No, it's not for free, because I'm only looking for people who want to invest in themselves and allow me to be able to coach them. So if that sounds like you, click that link, sign up, and I'll see you in the next challenge, which should be starting in a few days' time. Now, here's the first thing that's going to change how you see business forever. People do not give you money because you have a product. People give you money because you solve a problem that is painful enough that they're willing to pay you money to make it go away. So before you ever think about what should I sell, you need to figure out what problem can I solve. And by the end of this part, you're going to know exactly where to find problems that people will pay actual money, even if you feel like you've got no skills and nothing to offer. Now keep watching, because in the next part, I'll show you how to turn this problem into an actual product without writing a single word. You have a product that you can start selling from today. So why do we start off by talking about the problem and not the product? Because most people do this backwards. They fall in love with some idea in their head. They spend weeks building it, and then they go out into the world and nobody wants to buy it. I've been there, and it's a sad place to be in, where you've got this product you spend so much time creating and no one buys it. And then the first thought that comes to your mind is that I'm just not cut out for business. No, you just built something that nobody had a problem with. It wasn't solving anything for anyone, and that's why they're not buying. When you start off with the pain, you can never build the wrong thing, because you already know somebody out there is hurting and looking for the answer. So what kind of problems are we looking for? There are 3 places where every single business is born. And from that, I want you to find yours in one of these 3. The first place is what we call pain, something you personally went through and had to figure out the hard way. The second one is your profession, what you do for a job or what you've done before. Every single job means people exchange money for a skill you have, which means you can teach that skill or do it for others. And then the third place is from passion, the stuff you can't stop reading about, watching, talking about, even when nobody's paying you. So right now, just look at those 3 options and then just pick one. It's either the pain, the profession, or the passion. Now, here's how you actually find the exact problem, even if you are sitting there saying, but I don't know what people want to pay for. You don't guess, you just simply ask AI. I'm going to come here to Claude, and then I'm going to ask it and say, what are the most painful problems people in the parenting space are willing to spend money to solve? And as you can see, it then gives me a whole list of real problems people are paying for right now. What you then simply do is just choose any one of these and then you can turn it into a product. And yes, this works in any niche, whether it's money, it's health, relationships, businesses, or anything. You just simply pick one pain, ask AI, just like I've done, and then there you've got your problem. Okay, so now you've got a real problem that people will pay to solve. The next step is that you need to then turn it into a product. And here's the exciting part. You're going to be able to create a complete product, like a full ebook or a guide, without being a writer, without being a designer, or without spending months of your life on it. And later on in the video, I'm going to show you exactly where to put this product so people can actually buy it from you whilst you're sleeping. So why are we creating a digital product and not selling something physical? Because a digital product is the simplest business model in the world for beginners. The reason why I say that is because you create the product one time and then you can sell the exact same thing over and over again to thousands of people around the world. You don't have to carry stock, you don't ship anything, you don't deal with deliveries. You make it once and it can keep paying for you years to come. Now, when I say a digital product, I'm talking about taking information and packaging it into something that people can buy and consume online. Examples are, it can be a PDF or an ebook, it can be a short video course, it can be an audio training, a template, or a checklist. For example, I sell a guide that helps parents deal with their kids spending too much time on screens. The funny part is that I don't even have kids of my own, but the product solves a real problem for parents all over the world, and I sell it for $17. So how do you actually create it without writing it yourself? You let AI do all the heavy lifting. Once again, you come back to your AI and then you're going to say to it, here's my problem. You mentioned the problem. Here's who I'm helping. You mention who you're helping, write me a complete ebook that solves this. And as you can see, it starts writing the whole thing, the title, the chapters, all of it. Then I just say, turn this into a beautifully designed PDF. Now, one tip that I'll also give you is that make sure that you actually review the work, because a lot of times AI sounds like AI. It sounds like a robot. So you need to make sure that it's actually sounding like a human wrote this. And the best way that you can do that is just by going through it, editing it, and making it sound more like you or just like a human. Now, if you actually want to watch me doing this whole process in real time, I'm going to invite you to check out this video right here, which will show you step by step how I'm able to design ebooks using this whole process. Now, I've actually made a full video where I'm actually demonstrating and showing you how I actually do this process step by step. So just keep watching this video and then I'll show you towards the end how you can actually get access to that video so that you can actually see me building a book using AI. Now, as you can see, my book is complete here. And this is something that would have taken me months to write, but with AI, I've just done it in minutes. Okay, so now you've got your product. Next thing that you need is somewhere to actually place your product so that people can buy it even whilst you're sleeping. They can pay for it and you receive your money, they receive the product. I'm going to give you two options. One is completely free and another one is something that I recommend that will benefit you more than a free option. Now, why do you need a platform at all? Because your product sitting on your computer can't make you any money at all. You need a page with a link that you can send out to anyone around the world. When they click on that link, they pay, the product gets delivered to them whilst you receive the money. And this happens even whilst you're sleeping or you're doing other things that you enjoy doing. That link is what turns your knowledge into actual income. So what platforms can you actually use to do this? The first one that I recommend is called Gumroad. It's free to sign up, free to use, and free to put your products. The only disadvantage is that they take 10% of all your revenue every single time you make a sale. I've also got a full video about it. Make sure you check in the description of this video. I'm going to link to that video as well. The second platform I recommend is this one, which is called Creator HQ. Yes, it costs money to use it every single month. The lowest plan is $25 per month. But why I would recommend this one over using Gumroad, which is free, is that you pay that $25 per month, but you keep all the revenue that you make overall. If you're paying 10% of your income every time you make a sale, it stacks up and becomes a lot as compared to just paying $25 per month and then you keep everything else. Let me know in the comment section below if you want me to make a full tutorial where I'll show you step by step how you can build your website. But just to make it brief and straight to the point, you can actually ask AI to show you what should I write on my Gumroad website or what should I write on my Creator HQ website. It will tell you step by step everything that you need to know. And one expert tip is that you should tell the AI how it should behave. For example, you can tell it to act as an expert copywriter that knows how to write copy for websites or digital products that sell thousands of copies. When I use the word copywriter, I mean someone who writes words that sell. Those words that you see on a website,
those are written by someone who is called a copywriter. Once the AI writes the copy for you, you just copy it and paste it into your website. And just like that, you now have got your own website where people can start buying from it. Now, what happens next is the part most people are scared of, and it's where most people quit. Promotion. How do you actually get people to see your product and buy it? Don't worry about that, because I'm going to show you 4 ways that you can actually do this. Plus, I'm going to give you a bonus method that you can implement that can potentially get you your first customers in a couple of hours or a couple of days. So why does promotion actually matter? Because you can have the best product in the world, the most beautifully designed PDF or video course, but if no one knows it exists, you're going to make 0 sales. A product nobody sees is the same as no product at all. Getting your product in front of the right people is the difference between you having a business and a hobby. It should be your main priority. So what are the 4 ways that you can promote? The first method is by creating or building a personal brand. This is when you take yourself and you create content on platforms like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter. And there are many other ones as well. But the point is that you're going to be creating content that will be creating awareness about the problems that you solve. Now, the more content that you share, the more the platforms will show your content to more people, you attract buyers, and then you fall into 3 categories that help you to get sales. You fall into the know, like, and trust factors, which then get people to buy your products. Personally, because I've been creating content for years, I know that this is one of the best ways for you to be able to promote any type of product. Now, the second way that you can promote is by having a faceless brand. This is specifically for those people who are scared or they don't want to show their faces on camera. You can still create content, but without showing your face. You can use images, you can use AI avatars, meaning that you create a virtual person or a virtual version of yourself that represents you. It's got a voice, it talks on your behalf, but you just never show your face. The process works the same. You create content, people know that brand, they like it, they trust it, and then they buy. The third option is by simply using influencer marketing. This is when you identify influencers who have already built an audience, and then you reach out to them and strike a deal with them. You either offer them money up front, or you make a deal where you offer them a percentage of every single sale whenever they make a sale. Now, you're not going to be just looking for any influencer or any person who's got a large audience, but you want to look for people whose audience is relevant to the book that you are trying to sell, the book, the course, the guide, whatever your digital product is. For example, if you're making a guide for parents, you find content creators who talk about parenting, and then they will then promote that to their audience. One of the reasons why I love this method is that others have taken years to build their brands, and a lot of them don't actually have their own products. You just partnering with them helps you to get a lot of customers very, very fast. And it's not about just finding one influencer. You can find as many influencers as possible, make the same deal with them, and then they'll promote your stuff. Then the last method is by using paid advertising. You can use platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You just simply create an advert and then pay the platforms to show your advert to people who will be interested in buying your product. Now, because so many people spend so much time on social media, these platforms know the type of people who are most likely to buy from you. So you may find out that this might be one of the fastest ways for you to get a client and one of the best investments that you'll make for yourself. Now, all these marketing methods that I've mentioned, I talk about them inside of my 5-day challenge. If you want to learn more about them, I recommend you to join the 5-day challenge so that I can coach you and show you the ones that I personally am using and help you to choose the best one for you. Now, remember also, I mentioned a bonus that there's another way that you can possibly start getting your first few customers in a couple of hours or days. That is by simply joining Facebook groups. You can find Facebook groups that are relevant to the type of product that you want to create. You just simply make sure that they are an active community, meaning that people are posting content on a daily basis, people are interacting with each other, and there's a large number of people in those groups. You just simply join them. You don't immediately start posting content. You just get in there and start interacting, reading other people's posts, liking other people's posts, leaving comments, and then you do that for just a couple of days. I would recommend maybe 3 to 5 days of doing that. And then you then start making your own posts. Like, for example, you can make a post saying that I've created this guide that solves this particular problem. If you're interested, leave me a comment and I can send it to you. Then when people start commenting back, you then can send them a direct message with the link to your product, and then they can start buying. Now, the reason why I say that this can get you customers in a couple of hours to days is if you do this method before you even create your ebook, by the time your ebook is done, then you have people who are ready to start buying from you. This is one of the strategies that a lot of people who make money in this space actually use. They build up their audience first and they build up anticipation first before they actually create the thing. You just go, you interact in these groups, you tell people, hey guys, I'm working on this particular thing. I'm going to be releasing it maybe in the next 2 weeks. If you're interested, just leave a comment and I'll let you know when it's available. Then people leave comments. And then finally, when that thing is now done, they just send messages to all those people and then people start buying. Okay, at this point, you now should be making a couple of sales, but I don't want you to just make one sale from one product. Next, I want to show you how you can multiply your income from the exact same customer so that one buyer becomes worth 2, 3, or even 5 times more value to you. This is the part that separates people who make a little bit of money from those who establish real big businesses. So why does this matter? Because the hardest part of business is getting someone to trust you enough to buy for the first time. Once they've bought from you and they're happy, they are far more likely to buy from you again. So if you only sell to them one thing, you're leaving most of the money on the table. So what exactly does this look like? It's something that I call a value ladder. You start off with the low price products to get them into the door. Let's say, for example, a $10 ebook. Then you offer them something of a bit more value that can help them to get better results. For example, it can be a $5 checklist that goes hand in hand with that ebook. Then on top of that, you offer them something that is of more value. Like for example, it can be a $47 video course. It can be the same material as the ebook, but the difference is that this is a video version and it's got more explanations. Then if you want on top of that, you can add something else like maybe a one-on-one coaching that you offer with them. And then you charge them more money, like $300 because you're working one-on-one, or you can offer them a group coaching, or even offer them a done-for-you service, meaning that you're going to charge them way more money, like $1,000, because you're actually doing the thing for them. The whole point is that you've got a ladder of different products that you'll be offering to the same person. Not everyone is going to buy all these products, but if 1 or 2 out of 10 people buy any one of these other products, it means more money in your pocket. This is the exact same thing that companies like McDonald's do to you every single time when you try and buy an order. They always ask you questions like, do you want fries with that? They are climbing the value ladder with you every single time they do that. And how do you build your value ladder? Same thing we've been doing all along. You simply go to AI and then you ask it and say, show me other products I can sell as order bumps, upsells, and bundles related to this main product. You can even use the word value ladder. It will know what you're talking about. And then it's going to give you this whole list. You just simply need to choose what you want to work on building first. Don't let this stop you from creating and selling your first product, but it can be something that you're going to be adding on to your product stack as time goes on. Once you've done that, now you've got multiple streams of income all flowing from that one first product. Now, everything that I've given you here is, like I mentioned, is called the profit matrix, where you identify a problem, a product, a platform, you do promotions, and then you are going to profit. If you just take everything I've said, you have got everything that you need to succeed. But I know that there are some people who feel like, okay, Marshall, this was informative, but I need someone to hold me step by step. That's why I created the 5-day challenge that walks you through everything that I've just explained. We do the 5-day challenge over 5 days. We do it live. I'll be coaching you. There'll be other students as well. You can help each other. You can ask questions. I answer every single question. And the goal is that every single person, when they leave that 5-day challenge, they've got an actual business that is making them money. We give you all the tools that you need. All you just simply need to do is follow the instructions and then go and launch your business and start making money. So if you're interested in that, the link is in the description of this video. And now if you've watched this video all the way to this point, do me a big favor and let me know in the comment section what digital product you are thinking of creating. Just mention what it is and I'll do my best to answer every single comment. I'll give you my feedback on what I would recommend and what I think your next steps should be. If you found value in this video, make sure that you hit the like button and you're a subscriber, because I post content like this daily. And if you want to see me actually building up this business from scratch, step by step, you might want to check out this video next, where I show you step by step how I made my first $1,000 making digital products and using this whole method.